first movie was an origin story of these characters coming together, and there are real advantages to doing an origin story. This movie begins with this group already together, and it's not meant for people who've seen the first film either. You don't need to have seen any Star Trek before to see this movie, but the idea is that it's this group of people who are being tested in a way they've never been tested before, especially one of the main character, played by Chris Pine, who really has to sort of earn his position as captain and, you know, do everything he can to protect his crew. You know, first of all, the studio sort of required us to shoot in 3D. They said, we have to do that for the economics of it, you know. So I was really bummed because I am not a huge fan of 3D at all. So approaching this thing, I went in very cynically, and I knew I wanted to shoot the movie on film, and I knew I wanted to shoot it anamorphically, which means we couldn't shoot it native 3D. But I wanted to make the version of the movie that was the version I wanted to make in 2D, and I thought if we can augment it and make it even cooler in 3D, great. Well, luckily, we're working with an amazing stereographer and a 3D crew, and we've been doing work converting the movie, and there's this myth that if you do a movie that's not shot natively in 3D, it can't look as good, which is absolutely not true. The look of the movie, I think there are some tricks and techniques that are being used that have never been used before. I think the look of this 3D is, you know, is beyond what we've seen before, especially because of the IMAX. The frame of the IMAX is so much bigger than the frame of a 35mm frame, so the resolution is incredibly high. And in this movie, all the exterior shots are done in IMAX, whether filmed or rendered if it's a CG shot. So the cool thing is there, you got this massive scale plus the 3D. So I think it's going to really be a cool experience for the audience. Benedict is an amazing actor. He is someone who brings this incredible intelligence and depth and truth to whatever he does. When I saw Sherlock, I thought, oh my God, here's a guy who is making Sherlock Holmes into a character that I absolutely relate to, love to watch, who makes me laugh. I really feel for him. It's Sherlock Holmes, and somehow Benedict Cumberbatch is completely bringing it to life and making it real. We needed someone for this character in the movie. We needed someone, an actor, who was going to ground the character, make him relatable, and be frightening and intense and believable, not because he's raving and insane, but because he's rational. And he brought this incredible sense of sophistication and sort of psychological complexity to the role, and we were very lucky to get him.
Really excited. I was daunted at the beginning because they formed such an extraordinary bond with the success and the fun that they had with the first film. But like everything that JJ sets about to do, a lot of it's really motivated by family, and he made me feel very welcome into that family very early on, as did the cast. And you know, I think I've got some really, really great friends out of it, Zachary and Chris and everyone, Carl and John, and you know, it's a lovely, lovely bunch of actors to work with. So yeah, I was nervous to start off with, but I shouldn't have been, because it was wonderful. Sure. No, John Harrison, who I play in the film, is he's an extraordinary terrorist of sorts. He uses himself as a warrior and with weapons and close-hand combat to just reap devastation and havoc wherever he goes, and a trail of destruction follows him. But also, what's really interesting from an acting point of view, beyond doing the stunts and choreographed fight sequences that involves, which were, taken to a new level for me as an artist. I'd never done that before, and a lot of the preparation was to be in physical shape for that. Was also the psychological warfare that he acts out. He has an incredible ability to control people's minds to his bidding and make them, well, confuse the radar of their loyalties and prerogatives. So that was great fun, and so it was a great mixture of very intense acting scenes and action scenes, and yeah, I can't wait to see how it all comes out. Live long and prosper, my dear fans in Korea, and please come and see this film when it comes out next year. I think you're in for a real treat. If you're a Trekkie, you're in for a treat. If you're a Sherlock Holmes fan, you might be in for a treat, or a Benedict fan. But you'll definitely be in for a treat if you enjoy good cinema. This is what it's about. It's terrific. Hope you enjoy it.
I mean, I think these two characters naturally operate from very differing places, and this movie is no exception. It's just an undercurrent of who these characters are, and I think in this movie in particular, each of these characters learns from the other one about how more fully to be effective in their job and in their lives. So yeah, I think that's a big part of who these characters are.
JJ's, he just always seems so happy and joyful and positive and creative. I remember on the last publicity tour, he always had a black notebook in his hand, and he was constantly taking notes about the projects that he was working on and ideas that he had. And he's an incredible multitasker. He's able to handle many different elements of the filmmaking process at once. He's an incredible master of the camera and its movement. I remember one scene in particular, a big action scene, where he was able to basically figure out the shot list in 15 minutes for a scene that took a week and a half to shoot. He's an incredible talent.
You think your world is safe. It is an illusion. A comforting lie told to protect you. Enjoy these final moments of peace, for I have returned to have my vengeance.